I don't know why that was, that's weird. The sound was coming in, but our Yeti was muted. I don't know why. Hi, hopefully everyone can hear me now. Hello, can everyone hear me? Can you see me doing this and hearing me doing this? Yes. So we got Cheryl, we got Battle Creek, Caleb Quicksand, Slivies, of course. Chris Jackson, Nicholas Baker. Is Twitch's older brother that used to play football in high school but isn't as good anymore. Yeah, that's YouTube for you. That's YouTube right there. Okay, cool. Now we're good. I don't know why it was muted, but it was for some silly-ass reason. All right, cool. Now we are good. Hi, everybody. So we're going to do a little Kickstart Let Heart. So again, this is where we go through Kickstarter together. We go through a list of Kickstarter that is put together by our lovely and beautiful Slivers, who you can see in the chat. And if you want to follow along the list with us, you can join our Discord, which is go to discord.thebrothersmurph.com. I just put it in the chat. You can go to Discord as well, and you will be able to find it in there if you want to follow along the list. Basically, how this goes is we start from newest to oldest, newest to oldest, and usually around the last 2 weeks or so of Kickstarter. And we specifically focus on things that people have mentioned that they want to see. So throughout the weeks, people in the Kickstarter channel in our Discord say like, ooh, has anyone looked at this game? This game looks cool. And then Slivers, this beautiful little heart, compiles all that information and sees what our community has been interested in. And then we tend to look at those games. Now, if there's anything that we haven't looked at or that I passed by, because I will be passing a bunch of games by because I'm going basically just off the ones that are on this list. If I pass by anything and you want me to go back and look at it, or you want me to like spend more time on something, just let me know and I'll go back, no problem at all. But that's generally how we do this if you haven't been here before. So I guess we'll just, let me get my list from Slivies up. And so, where is it? It's right here. Okay, sorry, I already had it set up. So I'm gonna turn on our display capture, which means we're about to go like, whoa! It didn't happen. It didn't happen. Oh, that was wasted. Wait for it. Whoa! There's a billion of me. And now we'll go here, and hopefully you can see Kickstarter. And please let me see, because the second I go back to check on it myself, it turns back into this. So, because I don't have two monitors here at my home. Back in our normal studio, we have two monitors, so I'm able to do it that way. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I just realized. Oops. Alrighty. Again, I do hope everything is going well. So Copenhagen here is the first one. I just got it. The next one, I usually get a couple up because my computer here is stupid slow. And trying to look at Kickstarter while streaming is about the limit of what it can do. Which is sad. But, so I usually pull up a couple tabs just to get them a loading, because it'll take, I don't know, an hour to load, essentially. Okay, so those are the first three. Let me get my chat. So I have my computer over here, which is where I have the chat. The world can't handle that much Nick Murphys. You're not wrong. And how was your weekend, Cheryl? Yeah, we can see Kickstarter page. Nice. Infinix. Good one, Chris Jackson. We're still here just without the power of the sword. I know. We don't even have any mods because we don't stream on YouTube enough to really warrant mods. And also whenever we're streaming on YouTube, it's usually we're like directly talking to the chat like we are like this. And so if someone needs to be banned or kicked out, like we can always do it. Okay, so Copenhagen here. I've been to Copenhagen. Oh my God, there's a roll and write version of Copenhagen. Dang, I'm excited already. Copenhagen here is a game we have not played, but I know I think I just saw Danny from Danny and Derek post about Copenhagen, said they really liked it. I like the idea. I like that you're placing these polyomino tiles, making like facades of buildings. I think it's just super, super cool. And apparently now there is can I bring this out just a teeny bit? This is a little big. Pichikino weekend here. Spend it with fam. That's very cool. Nope, apparently I can't anymore because my computer is just dying slowly. This is our old computer. I'm trying to zoom out of the page a little bit. I like to be zoomed so all of you can read it, but this is a little too zoomed. Okay. So Copenhagen, a 2019 release by... Is that released this year? I guess it was released this year. So you're creating facades on the waterfront of Copenhagen, which is a city that I saw for about 7 hours. So I didn't get to see much of it, but it was very nice. So it introduces a new Queenie, a single expansion model of the new facades, which provides new challenges and opportunities to play efficiently with multicolored tiles of 5 or 6. Oh, there we go. Now it zooms out. Damn it. Stupid ass. That's how long that took. That's how crappy my computer is, by the way. Okay, now I want to zoom in one more. That was too much. Wait for this to then take an hour and a half to zoom back in. There we go. That's a little bit. Now I want to go one more. Is it going to be too much? Well, I'm glad. There, that's better. Okay. Hi, Christian. How you doing, bro? Okay. So you're getting new 5 and 6 little square buildings. All right. All right, so you're adding more of that. I guess it's just more things, but in a polygonal tile game, just getting more tiles automatically changes up the game, which is very cool and very easy for them to do, which is one of the reasons why I like polygonal tile games. I think I was talking to our friend Jimmy, and I think he was saying that like polygonal tile games are like, at this point, probably his favorite mechanic, and which is very cool that it has made that much of an impact. But man, like I mean, there's other polygonal tile games before Patchwork, but I feel like Patchwork really made it popular, and man, have there been a lot of polygonal tile games since then, and I'm okay with it because I really like them. Said, I'm a loss to what Copenhagen and Tetris have in common. I think it's just because it's a vertical thing and you're putting them down Tetris style. I mean, really, the most Tetris-y type game that I've played is a Hayao from Pandasaurus. That game is very like top to bottom. You have to go down. You can't like swing stuff in. It's very Tetris-y. Okay, Nicholas Barr likes Copenhagen quite a bit. Okay, cool. Cuckoo Karoo said, great weekend. Spend a lot more time than expected with some of my coolest friends. That's great. I also had a good weekend. I was able to hang out with Tall David a decent amount and just get a lot of work done. Mike and I we've had a ton of work we've had to do, and we've been just, to be pat myself on the back a bit, we've been crushing it. We've been absolutely crushing it. All right, so now there's a roll and write, which again is kind of like the thing. Now whenever there's a popular game, they make a roll and write version of it. And as we said in our top 10 roll and writes, which you should watch if you haven't already, I'm okay with it. Okay. Are you going to tell us anything about the roll and write? Because that's mostly what I care about at this point. All right, so this is a deluxe version, which I'm sure has bigger stuff, reviews. Okay, so on. So you're still racing to build rows and columns of their buildings. Each player is given a sheet and a pen. Common sheet with the available shapes is placed in the middle. The first player takes the dice and you are ready to begin. On a player's turn, 5 dice are rolled, and the active player chooses to use as many dice of one color as they'd like. They then choose a shape from the common board with as many squares as they have dice and draw that shape on their player sheet. Shapes are marked with circles to represent windows, except one space that receives an X. Okay. Oh, I see. This is their little board. Okay. Huh. All right. Why not? What's up, Birdman? Spent the week with my kidiots. Love it. Every game with polygonal tiles, you get a reference to Tetris, always. You're not wrong about that. So this looks pretty cool. Again, like Tantrum House 1. That's one Tantrum House. Again, sorry, this is how slowly my thing scrolls. We need to desperately upgrade this computer if I'm going to be streaming here more often. And since I paint minis here, we stream here actually fairly often, and so we really need to upgrade this computer. When I brought this computer here, I wasn't expecting to use it at all. We just kind of were like, I don't feel like throwing it away just in case. And now we actually use it fairly often. So I'm like, we're gonna have to figure something out. Oh, that's Copenhagen. That looks pretty cool. What's up, Jim? All right, so Skinny Minis is the next one. I hope this isn't like a fat shaming one. I don't think it is. That would be unfortunate. Crushing it. Cool. All right, so durable, beautiful, affordable minis, an easier way to mini. What does that even mean? An easier way to mini? What does that mean? Oh, so they're okay. So they're not minis. They're what the heck's the word? What's the word? What am I missing? It's like they're standees. That's what they are. 'Cause that's not a mini. I'm sorry. That's a really cool standee, and that is a really cool standee, but that's not a mini. Front and back art, that's cool. And it looks like they're pretty big. Like, this is a normal one. These are pretty big. That is pretty darn cool. The Shrinky Dinks. You're not wrong. There's Bradley. You're Shrinky Dinks. That is cool, though. I mean, that's honestly awesome. Like, if you're going to play any kind of game, or especially playing like something like D&D, that's freaking rad. Like, look at all these. That's cool. You can have these guys on there, and like they are, fully painted acrylic standees. There you go, Nairabari. But these are cool. These are mega cool. And that's the actual art. Thank you for putting that. That's cool. Easy to use. Yeah, you pop them in. They're standees. Durable. I would see how this down here is. Is my cursor on the thing? I'm just gonna check. Oh no, it is. Okay, I just want to double check. This part down here, I am curious of how sturdy this is. But nonetheless, portable. Yeah, they're small. You can just go to a little binder. How weird is that? But I love it. That's very cool. I like that. What's up, Doten Dolphin? How you doing, man? It's good to see you. Quicksand started painting my very first mini today. Disappointed it's not as easy to make it look. I said it's accessible. I didn't necessarily say it was completely easy. But I'm glad. What are you painting, Quicksand? See, these are cool. I like these. These are freaking rad. Now, how... Okay, we got sets. We got dwarves. Very cool. Spellcaster dwarves. Very cool. Elves. Spellcaster elves. Half elves. Okay, so they're going all D&D stuff. Ooh, half elves. We got we got a bard here. We got like a magic caster. We got some gnomes. So this is very cool for like D&D. If you don't want a mini, or you don't feel like painting your minis, you can just get one of these. Look at this sweet gnome spellcaster. It's awesome. Humans, boring. Halflings. Look at this yoked out halfling. That's awesome. I got some bardy ones. We got dragonborns. Very cool. Half orcs. Tieflings. These are cool. Look at that. That's awesome. Look at that freaking sweet ass dark rapidash there. Orcs, nobles, just rando plebs, dragons, This is cool. And they even gave a little storage binder. That's freaking tight. I'm sure this is done well. This is cool. I am actually mega into this. Okay, so... Okay, hold on. Looks like a normal... Okay, I don't want early bird ones. I just want like normal ass ones. All right, so 60 sets. That's $340. 60 sets. That's a lot. Where's like the normal? I want like 1 or 2 sets. All right, so let's just say 10 sets. You're getting 10 sets of like, I want a set of dwarfs. I want a set of tieflings. I want a set of da-da-da-da. It's $70. And then you'll get the free super dragon and stuff like that. That is a lot. But at the same time, that means they're essentially fully painted figurines that you can use for a ton of stuff. I'm down. That's cool. How well is this done? Is this done well? Oh, this is done. This is crushed. Good for them. That is cool. I like this idea. That's very, very cool. You started with one of the pigs from Grim Forest. Interesting. That's actually kind of a tough one to start with, which sounds surprising because they're not super detailed. But anything with large, smooth surfaces is actually quite difficult to paint. Like, honestly, the thing that a lot of people start with, and this is the thing that I would absolutely advise people to not start with, is something like My Little Scythe. Because they're these kind of, like, short, stout minis, and they're very smooth and round. And those are smooth, round surfaces are the hardest thing to paint well. But nonetheless, that is awesome. Keep it up. That's metal. If you're struggling with this first pig and you want to put it aside, or after you finish this one, I would say paint the bridge troll, because the bridge troll's underneath the bridge, and stone is pretty easy to paint well. And so I would suggest going there next if you're sticking with Grim Forest. I painted the minis in Santorini. I haven't painted anything since. I didn't mind doing it. I just never want to. That's fair, Jordan. And that's the thing. It's like, if you don't want to, don't, you know. But it's just a lot of people I feel like want to paint but are very worried about starting, and that's why I did my Metagame Minute last week. Wow, is that right? We were over at Lincoln's on Thursday doing Game Night Live, and he was like absolutely like just talking my ear off about those damn contrast paints. I'm curious about that. I watched a lot of reviews on them, and I was not into them at all, and so maybe I actually just need to try one. Ooh, I probably would have gone with Quad Heroes, despite the fact that they look scarier. They're more of a rougher texture, and that's easier to paint. But either way, go with it. So when are you guys playing Tries My Guys to My Nicest? I don't know, soon, probably. Maybe this week. Actually, I don't know. That game broke my brain. All right, so we have Madeira. The classic strategy game returns in an exclusive collector's edition box. It has crushed. The problem is there's Hadara, Madara, and Madeira, and I get those three very mixed up. Hadara was dope, though. And I know Slivers likes Madeira a lot. Or Madara, not Madeira. The hard part for me in terms of mini painting is choosing the right colors and then the right size brushes. I keep having to fix places where I get dots of color in places I don't want it to be. Welcome to the life of a mini painter right there. That is, I don't care about your stretch goals. Don't show me your stretch goals right off the bat. Everyone who watches my Kickstart Let hearts know that I hate that. All right, so let's see this. So the base game of Madeira is 50. The expansion is 30. The collector's edition, which is the base game plus the expansion, is 89 euros. That's euros. I get the euros and pounds set. So what is a euro amount? That's probably like $100 or maybe a little more. Okay. I mean, I guess it's one of those things, like these kinds of things are weird because it's like most people who would get this are people who already have Madeira, but maybe not. I've actually never played. Has anyone played Madeira? Is this so this is the Madeira everyone's talking about. Honestly, I've never seen anything about it before. I've heard of it, Jordan, but I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm like, I don't know anything about this game. It looks like a normal Super Euro game, which I love those kinds of games, so maybe I would like it. This guy is super high and is very worried that this guy is going to find out about it. Look at this dude. Look at this dude right here. He's just like, oh, shit. I smoked way too much weed. And this guy's like, look at this dude's nose. And these guy's nose right here, they can smell this dude from a mile away. Boom, calling it. That's what this game's about. I think you're more advanced on the painting trail, so you could supplement with contrast paints. For me, I get locked up in my head about the base and the wash and the detail where I don't want to start. It saved my headspace and all that way. That's fair. That's totally fair. Man, does this guy look smug or what? Look at that smug dude. I don't know anything about this game. This guy is sassy as hell. Look at that pose. Just bam. He just said something, and he's like, say something. That's that dude saying right there. Good for him. And this guy's like, sweet bowl cut, by the way. Those haircuts are everything. I was just about to say something, Jordan. Like, look at all these haircuts, man. It's like, God, they're great. Look at this sweet-ass bowl cut right here. Kestrel, what's up, Kestrel? How you doing? All right, cool. This is more for people who like the game, know the game. I don't really know much about it, and they haven't told us anything about it because this is Kickstarter, and they don't do that on Kickstarter. So, okay. It looks super Euro-y, which means I'm probably good. Any idea when the next paint stream is? I have questions, but this stream is about Kickstarter. I was hoping to do one today, honestly, but I did and ended up not having time. No, I was like, maybe I'll just do it right after this. I probably won't. It'll be like 8 o'clock at night. So I will try and do one this week. Quicksand. When can I do it? I might be able to do it on Friday. I have to work on Wednesday. Yeah, I might be able to do one on Wednesday, but it would have to be a morning stream. I wouldn't be able to do it because I have to work in the afternoon. What's up, Kestrel? Not much. We're going through Kickstarter together. What happened? Okay, so now those are the first three. So let me go ahead and grab the next ones. Any of those look cool to anybody? Anyone feeling it? Okay, so we got Barbarians the Invasion. Looks like this one. Winner, Winner, Chicken Dinner. Is this a game about, what's that one dude named? Dr. McStuffins or something that on Twitch? Dr. Disrespect, that's his name. And Unicorn Fever. This one's on there. Fun. And then Sovereign Skies. So Black Angel? Is this Black Angel? Because this looks exactly like Black Angel. And then Ruins of Mars will be next. Well, I'm going to stop, not load this one quite yet. So there's, nope. It's a heavy Euro. Yeah, it looks like a heavy Euro Madeira. I'm down. I'm down. It seems cool, but I'm proud of you, Slivers. I'm very proud of you. Okay, so Barbarians the Invasion 2nd Edition. Become the warlord of a barbarian clan and guide them to the invasion of the lands of Thunmar. Hashtag Thunmar. I don't know what's going on here, but I'm interested. It's done 88 euros of 30,000, so they're doing fine. Whoa, look at that guy. Wow, that guy's large. It's a large snake dude. It's weird that, like, he's mostly snake, but then just, like, nips up is he, like, humanoid. I'm down. Okay. I feel like barbarians aren't stopping that. Oh, that's the board? Oh, that's the board. It looked like little dials for everybody. Okay. So it's only a 10-day campaign. Okay. That's what a lot of Kickstarters are doing that now. They're experimenting with shorter campaigns. Unique 3D dynamic worker placement. Weird. Okay. Complete game with 88 screen-printed custom wooden components. That's cool. And then there's one with minis. Okay. Wait, hold on. So what was it? This is 50 euros. If you want screen-printed meeples are not bad. And then this one is with all minis. And the minis actually look pretty cool. It's scaring me as I'm worried all the board game companies got together and are going to launch all the campaigns I love within 2 weeks of each other. Slivers, that's probably going to happen. I think come the new year, like January-ish, is when stuff's going to pop off. I just got a hunch. Okay, so you got volcano parts. That's the board, it looks like. Okay. So, minis version exclusive. I mean, the minis look all right. They don't look bad by any stretch of the imagination. Oh, wow, these are like so cartoony compared to like these. That's weird, but they're still fine though. Cool. So none of the women can wear clothes. That's great. Awesome. So we got the volcano. Unique component brings indirect conflict to the next level. So rotating the rotating movement of the volcano creates deep and complex strategies. That's interesting. It's kind of like Colors of Paris has that. It has like a rotating rondelle. Okay, so you build your barbarian army and conquer the world. I should have called that one. And upgrades from first edition. So plastic trays. Oh, that's right, because this is the second edition. Okay. I mean, it looks cool, and I'd be curious. I'd have to watch a playthrough to see how the board actually works. But that is a cool idea, the rotating boards. I do enjoy that. It takes a special bit of planning. Again, we haven't played it on stream yet. Maybe we'll play it this week. Although it's way better at 3 than it is at 2. But we want to play Colors of Paris. Again, you got like a rondelle where you're placing workers out on the rondelle. Not a rond. I guess it's a rondelle, yeah. So it's a thing, and then everyone places out their workers and does the actions, and then you will take all your workers back except for one. One you have to leave out, and then the whole thing turns, and then new actions are in new spots. So what you do is you always want to like leave one there that will then turn into an action that you want to do. So there's a decent amount of planning into it, and I think that's always a very cool thing. All right. Oh, it didn't look that great. I'm curious about the thing, but All right, winner, chicken dinner. Anyone interested in that barbarian one? So it's a fun family game of dice chucking and chicken clucking for 2 to 4 players. That's fair, Slivers. That's a good pace to be in. We're kind of in that boat too. We're kind of like, we don't really have like a hole, you know? I would say the biggest hole we had was a kind of a social deduction game kind of thing that we really liked, and that just got filled by Detective Club. So, I don't know. Chickens. Oh, you get a sweet pin. What a fun pin. What I need is a Kickstarter that gives me 10 more hours a week to board game. You're not wrong with that. What did they do in One Deck Dungeon, Jeff? Yeah, I hear that, Slivers. We're kind of in that same boat where I'm just like, man, like, we just need time to play games. Okay, so how's this game play? Sorry, I didn't actually read this part. While Farmer Bob is away, the foxes have assembled to raid the chicken coop so they can steal chickens into their bags and get them home for cooking a delicious chicken dinner. It's a fox eat fox world out there. Not only will the foxes need to watch out for Toby the farm dog, they will need to steer clear of each other. No chicken is safe in the coop or in the bag. So you're the foxes? Roll dice, I guess you are. Steal chickens and avoid the dog, cook up some tasty dinner, all this. See, I would like this better if you were the chickens and you had to band together to murder the foxes. Is this a score track? This looks like a roll and move track. I don't think it is, but it looks like a roll and move track. Okay. So you got action cards. I mean, I love the art, honestly. The art is really, really good. We will get Tainted Grail soonish, so we'll have 10 hours less now. Yeah. Awkward Guess and Shipwreck Arcana filled that for me. That's fair. See? All right. Cool. So Rolling Dogs locks the dice. I like the little dice. Those Yahtzee kind of thing situation going on here. See, that's all you need, Jeff. I like that. Okay, so then you're putting out foxes to play out action cards and stuff to get chickens and put chickens in the bag, and then cook damn chickens into meals. Christian, you're not wrong. That's kind of a good point. Hey, Bibo. Oh, and Tantrum House 2. Tantrum House 3? No. We're not counting them twice. Okay, cool. What fun. Ooh, neoprene mat. We just played a game with neoprene mats I don't think I can talk about, but it was the mats were very cool. Yeah, why would a fox need to cook a chicken? Come on. Okay, Unicorn Fever. I'm very confused about the acid trip that is this game so far. But I really like these weird... They look like merry-go-round rides. For the creators of Potion Explosion, is it the same designers or is it just from Horrible Games? Because if it's just from Horrible Games, then that doesn't mean much. High Flume Foxes. I like that. Sweet rainbow track. All right. Okay, so what do we do? Few know that whenever a rainbow appears, unicorns will start to race on it to dive into the pot of gold at the end, but all those who do also know it's a great chance to earn a humongous amount of gold. So each player is a wealthy bettor determined to be recognized as the most skillful unicorn race wagerer of the Great Unicorn Racing Championship and hold his title next to the rainbow until the next rainbow appears. During the 4 races, players will try to place successful bets to gain victory points and gold. Very cool. To reach their goal, they'll sign contracts with unscrupulous citizens of the fairy realm to hire their services and turn the odds of the race in their favor. Very fun. Play magic cards to straight up fix it and try to avoid squandering all their hard-earned gold and be forced to ask the elf mob for loans. What fun. I'm actually mega into this. That's awesome. Look at these freaking weird unicorns. These are great. Day 1 backer Unicorn Fever. Mr. Mormo, you should. This is awesome. This actually looks really fun. Why do unicorns look so weird? I don't know, but I love it. Like, this one looks like a hyena from The Lion King. Bob, we have not looked at Philosophia yet, so we will. Even if it's not on our list, we'll look at it for you. I'm down. I'm super down. I like these kinds of... So you can get them painted? Okay. I like these kinds of weird... I like betting games where you're trying to bet and... Jeez, that's awesome. Trying to bet and fix the outcome of something. I think it's funny. Tantrum House 3. We're doing good today. We're doing good. Very cool. What fun. I love it. 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 I was looking at the Power Rangers campaign earlier. I missed the first one, but dang, there's so many things for that game. I don't know how Emily can keep track or play with all that. That, at this point, Quicksand, is my biggest issue with Kickstarter. It's not even so much that, like, you know, everyone knows I have my issues with Kickstarter in terms of what I think that people who don't need to run Kickstarters running Kickstarters. But my thing with Kickstarter and why we don't really back Kickstarters ever is because most games that... It depends on the game, but a lot of these kind of big games, like, we will never play with even a third of it. You know, if you back like something like Zombicide or something like that has, you know, or David just got Black Rose Wars, and just there's already so much in there, and then there's so much more coming. It's like we will never ever even come close to playing with all this, and that's kind of like my issue with it. And again, it's not necessarily an issue. It's just like it's like we'll never play with all of it, especially because a lot of these games that have all that extra stuff tend to be like kind of big games. Like if you gave me like a 30, even like a 1 hour to like a 30 to 1 hour minute, 30 minute to 1 hour game that had like all these different characters and had all these different scenarios and all these different stuff, then I would totally get it, because then it's like that's something, if it's a shorter game, that might actually get played. But like a lot of these games are like big, giant games that have a billion minis, a billion characters, and I'm like, you will never play with any of these. All of us have jobs, man. Like, there's no way. So that's my biggest reason why I don't back a lot of Kickstarters, is just because I don't have time to play with all the stuff you get with them. I'd rather just wait and get it at retail. All right, so we have Sovereign Skies. Again, this looks like a more realistic version of Black Angel, but I'm sure it's not. May you reign at the edge of the galaxy in this 45-minute sci-fi worker movement strategy game for wonderful players. Yeah, Slivers, I really want to play Parks. I really want to. Billy Spencer said, yeah, I backed Batman for Monolith, but I've only played 2 scenarios. They came out with Season 2, and I just couldn't. Yeah. It's like... The good thing about that is we have I think 2 friends who got Batman, so like cool, we don't need to get it. But it's that's the perfect example. Like, giant game, fun. Like, I've played it, I actually really liked it, but it's like it's just so much, you know. And Alex, you're not wrong. It's like Gloomhaven has a ton of stuff, but it has an organic way to go through it, and I feel like that's a very, very good point. Oh, you mean like shorter games like Dice Throne? That comes with so many characters, it's just about variety. I agree. See, something like that is great. And again, we would get Dice Throne if one of our good friends didn't already have it. Okay, so this is from Deepwater. Deepwater brought over things like Welcome to, and they're just overall lovely people. So long ago, at a time of war, the sick alien planets of the Abyssy cluster worked hard to find diplomacy and eventually came to form a fragile democracy. For humankind, the discovery of this cluster could mean abundant and cheap energy in the form of rare Atlam crystal. Now several human factions are racing to grab a share. So you play as one of the powerful houses of Old Earth, now orbiting the 6 planets of the Abyssy cluster, to recruit alien senators for favor and establish occupation by constructing and activating bases for energy and influence. What's that, baby? Whoop! Okay. That's cool. So you move your mothership around, perform 1 to 3 actions on a plan to help you earn the energy and influence you need to win the game. Add a ship, collect a politic card, and or perform a planet's special action. Sorry. It's base strategic depth in a small box, worker movement, unique scoring mechanism, 45 minutes, beautiful art. That's probably true. Rado likes it. Cool. There's a little bit of Rado. Game Boy Geek. Dan King. So here's the thing. It's only 29 bucks. That is cheap, cheap, cheap. Okay. Okay. That is cool. Now, did Nolan do the art for this one? Does anyone know? What's up, Alan? How you doing? Hold on a second. Yes, indeed. Alan, I just want to say, I was actually going to write you back probably tomorrow morning, but I want to say thank you. I want to personally say thank you so, so much for the wonderful message you sent us. That really made our day, and I mean that dead ass serious. So thank you, Alan, for that wonderful message. It really, really was wonderful to read. Thank you so, so much, brother. Look at this, Justin Jacobs from Restoration Games. Who the hell would let that guy play their game? Gosh, what an ass. If you don't know, Justin Jacobs owns Restoration Games and sponsors the Brothers Merc. Love you, sponsor daddy. Okay. I mean, if Justin likes it, I'll hate it. That's actually not true. We have very similar tastes in games. So again, you're moving around. It's a good price point. That's the thing, Bob. You're not wrong. Like, that is a hell of a price point. 29 bucks, down from 39. Even 39 is not that bad. I was shocked when I saw the box size the first time for this game. Super small. I think it is. It looks big in like when they have a mock of like this. Like, come on. Like, this looks big, but that could be Hanamakoji size. It actually probably is Hanamakoji size now that I think about it. Free expansions equals Bay. You ain't wrong. This is probably Hanamakoji size. I'm sure it's probably like Tiny Epic Galaxies or one of those games, the Tiny Epic games. Very cool. I'm down. Love you, Deepwater. All right, the Ruins of Mars is next. So Ruins of Mars is 8,800 of 10,000. So they'll probably, if 18 days ago, they'll hit that. So it's an action selection engine builder with a unique shifting resource mechanism that makes every action vary turn by turn. What does that mean? This looks very engine buildery. Gaming Jesus is sponsor daddy. Thank you, sponsor daddy. Deepwater is getting grief for the Welcome to campaign, but I think they learned a lot, and I'm sure this one will go over better. Yeah, I mean, it's people on Kickstarter are very silly the way they treat publishers. And it's one of those things like Deepwater, like we know people from Deepwater, that's an incredibly small company. And then for them to make like $100,000 like they did it's tough for them to deal with. And they've been very open about being like, yeah, we had no idea what we were getting into. And it's like, yeah, they learned, you know. I'm glad they've been open about it. I think that's the real key. Yeah, it looks like so much going on in this game. You're not wrong. So what's on the side? We got a rover. Cool. One planet board. We got some characters. This, I don't trust whatever this is. I don't trust this cyborg thing. I trust this. I trust her. Okay, so we got little tech minis. Player boards, technology, language boards. Language, that's interesting. Okay. Okay. Is it jellyfish? Oh, they're jellyfish. I can't believe his shirt. Be like, what's on his shirt? Okay. So in Ruins of Mars, players are playing explorers who are looking to decipher Martian languages. That's cool. Learn and replicate their technologies, gain hourglasses necessary to perform certain abilities, and ultimately gain prestige to win. Languages would be an interesting theme for a game. Like developing languages. I think would be interesting. Although I don't know what would be... You don't want it... I don't know how you would decipher what language is better, because you can kind of get into weird territory with that. But that would be an interesting thing. That's interesting. I'd buy it just with Rover Meeple. You're not wrong, Bob. So players will place their rover at one of the 5 locations on the board. So this whole board is mostly just a picture of Mars. That's kind of weird. Well, yeah, that's kind of weird, right? Is that weird? Is that me? I don't know. So you'll take the action as well as wrench bonus action a space may have. The exact benefits of the location will be based on the action tiles below the space. That's kind of interesting. The action tiles will shift Every turn in Mancala's-esque faction around the board. Okay. So you take them, shuffle them up, put one down, and put the other two over. Okay. The tiles at the active site, wherever the rover is located, will be shuffled and randomly placed around the board, starting with the active site and moving right until there are no tiles left. Interesting. That's interesting. So sometimes certain spots will be like mega beef cake. Okay. Players will have to balance their time. Replicating more advanced Martian technologies requires a greater understanding of the Martian languages. Very cool. That's super cool. A player's character and some of their technology cards will also require hourglass tokens to activate their abilities and aid the player in their pursuit. Do you have what it takes to explore and uncover the ruins of Mars? Very cool. That sounds very interesting. Christian, I don't know what that is. I've never even heard of that. If it is, someone put that in the Discord if you don't mind, that game, or message me or something so I can remember it, because I'm not going to remember that. But if that it is, I'm going to check that game out, because I really like that theme. You can take roots and suffixes from different languages around the world, combine Germanic and Norse, Romantic languages to create a new word party game, maybe? That might be interesting. I like Mancala, like Fief Treves. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, you might be able to do that. I just don't know how you would rank them. And again, what I wouldn't want to do is like, what could easily happen is that biases would come through. So like maybe like the game would end up being that like European languages are more desirable than say, Asian or Oceanic languages or something like that. And that's what it made me worried about is like, how do you rank them? Because once you start ranking them, they could be, you can start getting in trouble. All right, this seems very cool. I'm going to keep watching this one. That seems very interesting. Yeah, the action selection thing with the Mancala theme sounds very, very weird, and I like it. Very weird in a good way. By the way, if anyone has not done it yet, please make sure to hit that thumbs up button right there. Thumbs up help us a lot in getting seen by the YouTube folks. So, thank you for that. Okay, so strolling right, what does that mean, and how quickly can I buy it? Strolling right? What the hell does that mean? All I know is that I'm freaking down. Come explore the European city of Kioninsberg and learn about the puzzle that made the Seven Bridges famous. Kioninsberg, is that in Sweden? Is it in Norway? If it's in Norway, I'm going to be very upset with myself. Okay. So this is a rolling right. No wonder Silver's put it on this list. Ooh, look at different colored pencils. That's unnecessary, but I love it. So we don't hit thumbs up. It'll make you more likely you'll do this on Twitch. No, it won't. Not this. We do most of our stuff on Twitch. Okay, so it's a game where you explore the historic city of Kionigsberg. Coloring the streets you have seen on your map. Points are earned by visiting different parts of the city, but the various ways of earning them are only unlocked by crossing the city's 7 bridges. The player who tallies the most points at the end of 5 rounds wins. Okay. Shipping for 7 bridges is insane, really? Ooh. Probably requires a Fitbit or something. I like that. Box sheet in size comparison. Oh, so they're... This is weird. Why? So it's small. What a weird thing to have. Is everyone like, these are too big? It's weird, okay. God, they did it again. Wait, so it's bigger? I'm confused. Oh, so this is 7 bridges, the dark one. Why do people care? Is this something that like people care? Maybe people care. These look like someone Sharpied them on. I'm not gonna lie. That looks like someone Sharpied those on. You've got 2 kinds of drafting in this game: dice drafting and map drafting. First, you draft a die, and then you draft lines. It's lines onto your map. So you stroll. So you're rolling around, getting some coffee. So the current player rolls 6 die, starting with this player and continuing clockwise until the 6th die has been drafted. Each player chooses 1 die to add to their map. And then you write. And then you go, Oh, okay, so it's pretty normal. That looks. In addition to the aforementioned 7 bridges, there are 11 landmarks on the map. Whenever you identify a landmark by drawing a line that passes in front of it, you get to select a bonus from either the immediate use or reserved use column to the left of the map. Okay, so this is kind of like, okay, so then you get to put one of these out. All right, this seems to be, not say pulling from a bunch of whole other stuff, but like, okay. Because that's kind of, you have like bonus ones or special ones you can put in like Railroad Ink. If you reversed a reroll, it reserved a reroll distribute bonus, then it's your turn, you can either okay, good. Okay, I mean, that seems pretty basic, honestly. Oh, I was really pumped on this one. It seems fine. It's a roll and write that I would definitely play, but at this point, there's so many roll and writes that I'm like, I kind of want something different. This is just you drawing paths through a city. You're not wrong, Slivers. You're not wrong. And I do like the idea of the 7 bridges, and I like the fact that you have to cross all 7 bridges or else you don't score. I think that is, or if you do cross bridges, oh, so you score a certain amount depending on how many bridges you cross. See, what I would have liked is that you literally cannot score unless you cross all 7 bridges, because then that would be stressful. You by crossing trees, you okay, that's not as fun as I thought it was. That's okay. High scoring games. Solo mode. Cool. All right. Oh, the sheets of that, I'm confused. Oh, beautiful. This one you said, right? This is confused. I don't understand the whole, like, this how big the box is. Okay, whatever. All right, that's okay. I was hoping for a little bit more. I was excited at first. First, I was like, insta-back, doing it now, dunzo. And then I kind of got over it. Okay, do we need to speed up? Yeah, a little bit. Okay. All right, so next one we have Time of Legends Destinies. And then, Bob, what was the one you want us to look at? If I pass it, please let me know, because I think what you were saying... or I think what Slivers was saying was that it was not on our list. The Grand Carnival is next on the list after that. And then Deadly Doodles expansion. Okay. Really, no one wanted to look at Edge... Oh, people did want to look at Edge of Darkness. I was like, what? I was like, how does no one want to look at Edge of Darkness? Isn't that a popular-ass game? It is. Time Legends. Destinies. Oh, that's right. The Everdell expansion's on here. God, I forgot. I'm so excited. I haven't looked at it yet. Whew, I'm excited. I'm excited. Philosophia. All right, cool. Thank you. The use of writing and strolling is low-key pretty neat. Make your own city and laminate it, like New York and doing the boroughs. I think that would be cool. Yeah, I mean, that one just didn't look... And what the hell was the box that big in the first place? I don't know. Yeah, I like that idea. I don't know. It just, I don't know. It didn't, I don't know. So it's a narrative app-driven RPG-like board game experience like no other. Set in the world of Joan of Arc. Okay, that was a massive Kickstarter, right? It's done 350 grand. Okay, it's doing fine. It's Lucky Duck Games, okay. This game will blow your mind. Well, I'm really impressed by this game. This, I feel like, is... Come on, Bauer. I feel like this is a little more, straight up. Okay, you got this giant thing. Cool. I think Code 3 looks pretty fun. Okay, I don't know what that is. Have we passed that? Got to love the live captions, Time of Legends, Distant Knees. What? Oh, that's how I say things? Yes, I think that's what you're saying. Okay. So the dark medieval fantasy universe of Time of Legends, Joan of... Oh, so this is like a sequel to that one. Oh, okay, I see. Wow, 120 to 150 minutes. And games usually lie. Okay, so it's fully story-driven app-augmented RPG like board game experience without the need for a game master. Each scenario depicts a vivid world full of dark stories, epic NPCs, and mysteries to solve. Each player takes the role of an unassuming hero on a quest to fulfill their destiny. Each destiny is a final goal of the character and has 2 completely different paths to victory, composed of branching series of quests. Players compete with each other to push the world towards their own destiny. Okay. Dark times have come, my child. Okay. The first competitive, story-driven RPG-like board game ever! Is that true? I guess so, because all the other app story-driven ones are co-ops. Yeah, I'd rather have a co-op, though. Alright. Your choices change the state of the world forever. That is very cool. I love that. That's one thing I love about Journey's Middle-earth. Is like your decisions actually matter. Reusable components. That's cool. Imagine a game where the material is fully reusable to play new stories away after you purchase the game. Scan and play technology. That is kind of cool. Look at this cute puppy. Look at that cute puppy. Hey, what's up, Rolf? How you doing, bro? Okay. That's cool. Provide the tools that allow the community to produce more content with the same material. That is cool. So you can go in here and produce your own. That is freaking cool. I'll give you that. Campaign and one and done scenarios. Very cool. I mean, this looks very cool. Expensive but worth for the time spent playing. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel about a lot of games. You know, it's like Gloomhaven's like that. It's very expensive, but the amount of game you get out of it. I mean, again, I will make this argument until I die that board games are an incredible value, because if you match the amount of money you spend on like going out to the movies or going out to dinner or doing something like that compared to much money you spend on board games, you get way like 10 times more hours of enjoyment out of a board game than you do out of going out to a movie and dinner. And a lot of times it's around the same price. And so it's like, to me, I always maintain that board games, even if they're expensive, are worth it, or rather are a good value. May not be worth it, but they have a good value. That's how Chronicle Code Crime does it. Fan-created scenarios using the material. That is such a cool idea. Well, that was one thing I always really loved about the original Zombicide, and I don't know if they still support it like this. I haven't really looked because we don't play Zombicide nearly as much anymore. But you could get like an app on your computer or something like that where you can create your own, and they were super cool about it, and then you could like submit them to Cool Mini or Not, and then they would look them over and then put them up there. And then for the first... Nick, slow down. So for the first like 2 or 3 Zombicides, there were like 100 different scenarios that just like people had made up, and it was super cool. Super cool. That guy's cool. Okay, this is very, very cool. I'm not gonna get it because we don't have time to play a game like this. We already have Journey's Middle-earth, Gloomhaven. We barely get to play those games, you know. So very cool though. Very, very cool. I like that. The Grand Carnival is next. Alrighty. And everyone out there, make sure to join our Discord if you haven't already, fam. Discord.thebrothersmurph.com. There we have Bing Bongitude going on all the time. And if there's something you always want us to look at during Kickstart Let Heart, that's the place to put it, because that's where our lovely Slivers gets that information. All right, so we have a carnival. Design, build, and run the perfect carnival. A puzzly polygonal game for 1 to 4 players. Yeah, I'm already there, and I love this weird art. I love it. I'm there. Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. The carnival is coming to town, and the Grand Carnival players will compete to create the most impressive carnival this town has ever seen. You will need to carefully plan your carnival's layout, build attractions, hire staff, and manage the crowds, all while learning a few tricks of the trade. The Grand Carnival is an action selection tile and polygonal placement game with some unique twists. While individual turns are quick and accessible for new players, the overall strategy is deep and rewarding for even the most seasoned gamer. 4 people buying dinner is easily as much as games as MSRP. I don't think most people will actually pay MSRP for majority of games. That is very accurate, Rolf. If you're buying games on Amazon like cool stuff, I think you are not paying MSRP. So is this Tetris like Christian? We're going to find out. Nah, just make it all. There you go, Slivers. Okay. So you plan carefully, hopefully. You race for resources, learn new tricks. It's easy to learn. Variety of strategies, fantastic new art. New solo mode. So is this a game that's revamped? Because it's saying fantastic new art. It must be. Hey, look, Richard Ham. And a new solo mode. Okay. So this must be. I didn't realize this was a game already. Look at Rado. A smaller game with a surprise amount of strategic depth from the Geek Dad. Got Aaron. All right. So you got the little attractions. Very cool. I love the way it looks. God, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Okay. So each turn, players cover a number on their player board and then select an action. The covered number determines the effectiveness of their action, and won't become available until next round. So players need to think carefully about which number to use. Possible actions include place a foundation tile. Okay. So you put a foundation tile to the fairground. The higher the number you cover up, the more tile options you have to select from. Okay, cool. You can build an attraction. Ooh, so you have to put them on the Barron Park Circus Edition. That's very cool. Not to mention you're playing those games multiple times. That's my whole point, Roll-Fanders, in terms of why games are affordable, is because it's not just a one-time thing. You can play those games over, and even a small game, you will end up paying for tens of hours a lot of times. And it's like, there's nothing you do for tens of hours for $50, unless it's like hiking, you know? All right, so you moving guests around. Okay, you're putting them with the different attractions. Okay, and then you got different goals, it looks like. Okay, so that'll give you a unique ability. Very cool. Cool. Sounds fun. I really love the art. I really love it. Oh, is this a Fowers game? Oh, is this a Fowers game? How big is Beowulf? You can leave now. You can leave. All right, cool. Who's this from? Who makes this? Am I just missing it? Oh, Jeff Beck, Uproarious Games. Okay, so it's just produced by Jim Fowers. All right, cool. That seems very cool. All right, so now we got that John DeClaire hot fuego hotness. Whoa, just got more money. So Edge of Darkness, Cliffs of Cold Harbor from AEG, a new expansion from the card crafting worker placement game with variable locations designed by John D. Frickin' Dopeness. John DeClaire is one of the... he's out there with like Bruno Catala now, where it's like, the second I hear he has a game coming out, I'm instantly like, cool, I'm going to buy it. Just instantaneously. I like this meeple right here. That's awesome. All right, AEG, let's see what you got. So this is an expansion. So 12 new locations and assorted contracts and threats. All expansion content can be used in both solo and competitive game modes. Very cool. In reality, it's nice that they show that comparison so you can pre-plan where it'll go on your shelf. All right, Christian, we'll see you later. Okay, so we got more locations and threats and stuff. We never played Edge of Darkness, honestly. I always wanted to, because I love the concept of Mystic Vale, and it is very good, but it's like, this seems like more of a game that I'd be interested in that has that system. Okay. So yeah, ooh, a deluxe storage box. The AEG does those big storage boxes. They did one for Mystic Vale too. 40 3D figures and bases. So now we got, ooh, that is pretty. Ooh, that's pretty. I would love to be able to do this kind of art. Just like big, like kind of fantasy cityscape art. Oh, I would love that. All right. Look. Card sleeves. All right. Cool. Just going to keep scrolling for the people who are interested in this kind of stuff. Very cool. Johnny Clary, the best. You deserve everything that's good in the world. You are a very nice person. And you're awesome. All right. Edge of Darkness. Good stuff. It's crushing. That is to be expected from AEG and John DeClaire. Okay, what do we got next? Let me pull up my list. Okay, so now we got that Steve Jackson Deadly Doodles 2. Arch Ravels. Okay. Dead Throne is after that. Upcat. I don't know what's going on. The cat stacking game. It's like solitaire, but it's not. All right. Okay. Oof. $14 pledge, huh? That's unfortunate. What was the next one? Dead Throne, that's right. Did I miss it? Dead Throne, there it is. All right. Hi, Steve. Everyone had a good weekend? Very good weekend. Arch Ravels. I backed that like Yarn Unravels. Oh, Arch Ravels. I keep saying Ravels. What does Ravel even mean? That's great. All right. So expanding Deadly Doodles with the new boards, new mechanics, and more wacky dungeon crawling fun. I don't know anything about this game. What is this game? So Deadly Doodles is a quick playing doodle game with 1 to 4 players simultaneously draw paths through a dangerous dungeon, draw cards, and draw a path through your dungeon and rack up points. Collect loot and fight monsters or run away screaming. Can you defeat the dragon for the big skewer? Okay. So Deadly Doodles was their best-selling title at Gen Con. Cool. Okay. So you got custom skull and dragon die. What fun. Okay. Bevo plays fast and is great for families and children of all ages. Learn more about the game. Check this video by Bevo. Bevo. Can you give me like a blurb about how to do it? I want a blurb. There's no blurb. Boo. Upcat. Does that cute cat come with everyone? I wish. I'd buy it if the cat came with it. Alright, so I'm not going to tell us anything about the game, but alright, it's an expansion for Deadly Doodles. The repeatability seems minimal, but that's why there's Deadly Doodles too. You're probably not wrong about that. Alright. I mean, it seems cool. I wish there was more about it on the page, because we just don't watch the videos on these. So, alright. I mean, it seems cool. It seems kind of rolling reddish. I'm down. Alright, Arch Ravels. Love it. If it's about yarn, I'm down. Look at these yarn heads right here. Look at these yarn heads. I love it. Oh, there's a brontosaurus with a sweet-ass sweater on it. I'm down. Spin into the colorful world of fiber arts. Get out of here. Collect, craft, and compete against your friendly rivals. What fun. Players 2 to 4, 45 minutes, ages 8 and up. Okay. We got Rebecca, Theo, Nira, Alex, Derek, Mara. Great representation in this one. I'll give it that. Really great representation. Got someone disabled. We got lots of people from different backgrounds. It's very cool. Cups. I shouldn't care that much, but I like cups. I want this game. Okay. Yarn tokens. It's cute. I like the look of it. Custom designed by Yarn Bazaar and token tray included in the base game. Cool. It's by Game Trays. Experience the colorful and crafty world of fiber arts. Play as one of the 4 characters, each with their own unique crafting specialty. Hit the Yarn Bazaar to build up your stash. Follow the patterns to make cuddly bears, warm blankets, and cozy scarves. Along the way, you'll get some unique special requests. Turn it into your completed items to a master pattern. Complete projects and score points. When the project list runs out, the crafter with the most points win. That is cool. Look at this. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. That's awesome. A lot of crafters are board gamers. That's very, very true. And you know, this falls under like Wingspan for me, where it's like a theme that is like not normal, right? It's a theme that's just kind of not like it's like weird, but it's just like that's just not a normal board game theme. But say you had someone you wanted to get in a board game, but they like to knit or they like yarn or they like to craft or something like that. This may be the way to get them in. You know what I mean? And this is why different themes are so important. Like, say you know your mom loves to knit, like my mom loves to knit. Like, I might get her to play this game, and she hates board games with every ounce of her being. Like, maybe she would play it, you know? It's like, that's why it's so cool. I may back so the boys can give it to their mom for a future birthday or holiday or something. See? Exactly. It's so awesome. All right, so you select an action, but slivers, you can't back anything, sir. You got to buy it at retail. Each turn, choose one of the 4 different action spaces. Okay, so boom, 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 boom. All right. You go shopping, removing cards from your bazaar to collect yarn and build up your stash, craft an item, follow your patterns to turn all that precious yarn into crafty masterpieces. Exchange, got too much of one color and not another, swap it out. Okay, cool. So you restock stuff. You got events coming on. When it comes to crafting, anything can happen. Nuclear war? So you learn patterns and stuff like that. You build some complete projects. I love it. It's a set collection where you're... Damn, Bebo's... We got to start a Bebo list. Jeez, Bebo's all over the damn place. I love it. It's a lot of games like this where it's a set collection. You're turning them into do projects. But again, it's like they chose a cool theme that's not that normal. And then everyone has a special ability. Pfft, awesome. Great. Are these double-sided for their male and female counterparts? That's cool. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm guessing they're double-sided. It's freaking rad. All right. Cool. Fun. Down with it. What's it doing? You really funny down with a Gen Con? Cool, Cheryl. So then 40,000? Great. That's awesome. And then who makes this? Anybody we know? XYZ Game Labs? I don't know them. All right. Freaking rad. Oh, and then what was it? How much was it? I didn't actually look. 35? That's not bad. That's really not bad. That's really not bad. Arch Ravels. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Dead Throne. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so revised edition of Dead Throne, multiple language packs, and many more add-ons. 45 pounds for this one. Okay. I don't know anything about this game. It's the open-world adventure game with countless possibilities. Play as the descendants of the Queen's Old Guard or the mighty mage who sent his brother into the jaws of the dragon Grimoire to fruitlessly claim the throne of that name. Fight in epic battles for the long vacant throne in competitive. The long vacant throne in is the name of the town competitive? I'm confused. All right. Okay, so I got solo. So in competitive mode, there's a solo mode and a co-op mode. Very cool. Open world sandbox style game. Okay. $30 is a steal. You're not wrong, Bob. Go back to the yarn game. It seems cool. Okay. So tons of quests. Big open world game. People just got home from a bachelorette party. It looks like they're still a little bit turned up. Okay. Very cool. I like these hexes. The art on them is really pretty. Really, ooh, I like this one, the blue. That's awesome. Got some seat standees. We got some trays, Levitt tuck boxes, rule book. Cool. Now you can add, so you can add in different languages. That's cool. That's always very nice when they do that. All right, I'm down. Again, this isn't a game that we'd ever back, but this is a game I would totally play. All right, down. Okay. Then we got, next up is the Red Dragon Inn. More Red Dragon Inn. We're going to click on this first. So Red Dragon Inn, which is a game that I really, really don't like. I'm not going to lie. I really don't. Okay. Oh, here it is. Dark Flow is after that. Then we got that sweet Everdell. Oh, no, we got Power Rangers in the Everdell. I'm curious about the Power Rangers one, too. Let's just get to it. And then again, Bob, if I pass that one game you want me to look at, please let me know, and I'll go back. I just want to look at this 3D printable terrain real quick. Because I'm interested in... I haven't 3D printed anything in like a month and a half. I need to get back on it. It's just been... It's a decent amount of setup. I just haven't had the time. Custom dice make me happy to be alive. Those are cool. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, Retro Game was bad in all its expansions. It's a game that some people love. I mean, obviously they keep supporting it. I mean, Slugfest Games, who I think makes it, they have a couple other titles, but that company essentially completely survives off that one game. But they keep expanding it, and people who love that game freaking love that game. It is super not my kind of game. It's just not, you know, and that's nothing wrong with the game. I just do not like it. It's not my kind of game, and I will never enjoy that game. Okay, so you got 3D. See, the reason I clicked on this one is because the terrain is so flat. It's like this really kind of flat ground terrain. Most 3D printable stuff, it's either minis or it's like buildings and stuff. And that's why I was like, oh, I want to go look at this because that is these are cool. Like I like they are. Although this kind of bumpy texture is tough to do on like a Ender 3 kind of 3D printer. And I don't have confidence that if I printed this out on my printer, it would look good. I feel like it would look not good at all. But I like this kind of flat ground. I mean, it's kind of interesting. You don't really see that very often. Yeah, I would never play Red Dragon Inn at 2. That would make that game even worse. All right, cool. I just want to look at this real quick. Thank you for dealing with my stuffs. Okay, so we got this guy versus this guy. Piper versus Rip Snarl. I'm assuming this is Rip Snarl and this is Piper. Two new mortal enemies join the growing roster of Dragon Inn characters. God, how many Dragon Inns are there? There's so many. Okay, so you got 2 more characters. You got the eagle-eyed sniper. Very cool. And then Rip Snarl, the bad dog. All dogs are good dogs. So the good Piper never misses a shot. That's cool. But this applies to drinking contests as well as archery. Fun. The bad Rip Snarl keeps his claws razor sharp, and Piper has the scars to prove it. Why is that the word? Whatever. Okay, so you bet you're gonna get these 2 characters. And I'm assuming that you can buy the rest of their stuff as well. All right. See if they have demo STL files. I already clicked off them. I'll check later, but I doubt it. They probably want you to buy them. But that's okay. That's fair. They put a lot of work into those sculpts. All right, so now we have Dark Flow. All right, Dark Flow. You've been loading for a minute. Oh, look at this guy. So Dark Flow is an epic strategic miniature game. 1 to 4 player strategy board game with highly detailed miniatures where you can command troops and try to conquer Ellipsian. All these names are just like Ellipsian. Why can't a city just be named like Jeff? You know? What if you had this exact box, Dark Flow, and that like weird, woo, you had this guy, and you're trying to conquer the city of Jeff? God, that'd be hilarious. I'd buy it. All right. So you can go up to 6 players with the expansion. During the 5 rounds, players perform actions, in turns upgrading their forces while gathering valuable resources and building constructions. All right. All right. So we got the cyborgs. We got like the, it looks like Anubis. This lady and this guy. Pointy ears. Okay. Oh, wow. Those are very bright. Cool. I was not expecting this box right here to be this bright. Okay. Engine building, recruit, build, and develop your faction, modular board, fight opponents with dice and cards, control more areas than the rest of the players. Okay. Cool minis. Very cool minis. I like these. These are very cool. These are awesome. This thing, the wings on this are freaking sick. And then this thing is cool. This is like the coolest one in my opinion. Cheryl. All right, Cheryl, we'll see you later. Have a good night. All right, cool. I also love when they're different colors like this. So if you don't want to paint them, you don't have to, because they're already just you can already differentiate them, even though they're obviously very different shapes as well. Okay. It seems cool. Load! Why you suck so much, computer? Ooh, this one's a white box. Okay, so we got 2 new factions. Look at these. These guys are rad. I like these guys. Oh, look at the weird frog people. Cool. Cool. I like these ones way better than all the other ones. Alright, cool. A dice tower, nice. Alright, we're getting a lot. We're getting a lot. Let's get into the game. I don't care about your stretch goals. Tell me how this game plays. I don't care about your add-ons. How to play should not be here. Alright, so you're performing an action. You stock up, deploy your forces, crush your enemies. Crush them. Release your power. Upgrade your faction. Okay, cool, cool. I mean, it seems cool. Alright, so Battle Creed, we'll see you later, bro. Bomb said price point's way too high on this one. What is the price point on this one? I know I can just check on my sheet. Let's just check on this one. It'll be easier. The price point is, ooh, 85 euros. Yeesh, that's high. Is it done well? I'm guessing it's done well. It's actually done less than I thought it would have. You think a game like this would do crazy good. Alright, 85 euros. That's a lot. Alright. Alright, so next up, the next ones we got are 2 very interesting. We got the Power Rangers one. Heroes of the Grid. Alright, and then this sweet ass Everdell. Boom! Super pumped. Love Everdell. And then Manchukuo. And then the Root tabletop role-playing game? What? Did I know this was going to happen? I don't remember this one. All right, Power Rangers is next. Let's see what Power Rangers has got going on. Now, I honestly don't know much about the original Power Rangers, but I always get confused because the board is nothing what I thought it was going to look like. You know what I mean? Like, I always just was like, that's what that game looks like? I was not expecting that. I was expecting it to be like a different game. Power Rangers are OP, definitely overpriced. That's fair. All right, so you power up your game with new expansions for the hit tabletop game Power Rangers Hero of the Grid. It's made 230 grand. You're doing just fine, Renegade. All right. Ooh, fun. Now, again, I don't honestly know much about this game because it just didn't really appeal to me the first time it came around. I'm sure that won't change. But, so it's a co-op game, obviously. If it was not co-op, it'd be very confusing. Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't really care. So this is the original, right? The thing about Power Rangers I'll give them is like they have so many different like Power Rangers to choose from. Dr. Yolo said, have you played the War Chest? Any opinion about it? My opinion is that it's my least favorite box I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, keep in mind, I don't know much about the game. I looked into it when it first came out, but it didn't that much appeal to me that much. I have not played it. I can't say anything about the gameplay, but it is the worst box I've ever seen. It's horrendous. So I don't have any real opinions about the game because I never played it, Dr. Yolo. But I've heard it's good. So, and Bob just said he liked it. So is it where they literally are just going to choose different factions of Power Rangers? Because they really could. They could just choose, like, there's like Power Rangers Mystic and Power Rangers Samurai. I mean, there's so many. Okay. So you get new Power Ranger stuff, more Power Ranger stuff. Cool, more Power Ranger stuff. Checks out. You get this big long. This, yeah. Goldar. Love it. Ooh, look at him. He's fun. Okay, and then you get the Zeo Gold character. It's a war chest, not a box. Still ugly. Still so ugly. I understand. It's the worst, it's the ugliest box I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm sorry. Yeah, see, this is the weird thing. It's just like, I know it doesn't matter, but like, this weird round board and these minis being so big on this round board, it just like, The look of this game turned me off. Now, keep in mind, that's not going to keep me from playing it because it's not like, it's just odd, I guess. I don't know. I've never really liked the look of this. And maybe that's why I've never really sought it out. But all right. I mean, there's a billion things. I mean, it's Power Rangers. They can go on for literally ever. Hey, Bob pushing it hard. I love it. Oh, yeah, Bulk and Skull. My old roommate, he's like really, really good friends with the guy who played Skull. All right. Cool. I mean, you know. Becca Scott. Very cool. And yeah, it's kind of like, oh, Bob, I like you. All right, here we go. This is all that matters. Everdell. Spirecrest and Belfair, introducing two exciting new expansions for Everdell. Expand Everdell with up to 6 players. I don't know if I'd ever want to do that. And travel to the far-off Spirecrest Mountains. God, I'm so pumped. I have the same problem with the design of this game. Yeah, I don't know. It bothers me. I don't know why. It shouldn't, but it really bugs me. It just looks awkward. That Power Rangers looks super awkward. All right, welcome back to the charming and exciting world of Everdell. Enhance your gameplay experience with 2 new expansions. Venture beyond the known borders of the valley to brave, wild, and enchanting lands in Spirequest. 42 unique discovery cards, big critter workers with new abilities, 24 unique map tiles to explore, and 12 unique and challenging weather cards and more. That sounds cool and involved. And look at this sweet-ass wise yak right here. It's probably not a yak, but I'm going to call it a yak. And then look at this cute turtle. And invite all your friends to the celebration of the century in Belfair. Unique player powers for all 15 critter types. That's what I'm talking about right there. And the rules playing with 5 or 6 players. Still don't know if I'd ever do that, but 9 new special events, 6 unique player boards to hold resources and workers and more. Whew, that's cool. Yeah, we're gonna get both these. Super hardcore. God, look at the art of this game, man. That Bosley guy is so good. Look at this cute pig. I don't know. And look at the cute mouse on top. I don't care. So $64 for both of them. Down. I don't even care. I'm so down. I love Everdell so freaking much. And we, you know, this week I think we're gonna play Everdell on stream. Maybe we'll do it on Tuesday. Everdell rules hands down. Yeah. Because we haven't played Probrook on stream yet, and it's really good. All right, so hold on, we're getting into Spirecrest. Far beyond the comfortable boundaries of Everdell Valley, into deep, mysterious, uncharted lands, adventurers waiting to be discovered. Ancient ruins, critters from, look at this sweet ass yak. Critters from foreign lands. People banging out there? Jesus Christ. Giants. Other stuff. Cool. As you build your city, your intrepid rabbit traveler will be venturing further and further into the Spirecrest Mountains. Very cool. Oh, look how pretty this is. God, Andrew Bosley is good at what he does. Look at this bear. This bear is all that matters. Look at this. I don't trust this sketchy ass weasel right here. Look at this sketchy ass weasel. But look at this bear. That bear is so damn cute. Oh my gosh. Discovery cards are chosen at the end of each season of traveling. Each card is unique and tailored to the season in which you gain it. They include paths and cities, goals to aim for, big critters, friends for your workers to ride. What? Oh my gosh, we can ride stuff? Oh, I'm so down. McGreedy, what's up? We'll play Pearlbrook. I'm gonna say it right now. We're gonna play it on Tuesday. I'm gonna call it right now. Discovery card. Okay, so big critters for your workers to ride. That's all that matters. Allies to assist you, and useful destinations for your worker to visit. Very cool. Map tiles are collected after each leg of your journey, leaving enticing clues to amazing places that lie beyond the mountains. Collect these maps, and if you plan well enough and gather the supplies they need, your travelers may undertake an epic expedition at the end of the game. Very cool. And as your rabbit traveler explores, wild weather will surely roll down off the slopes of the Spirecrest, so hold on. Oh, so cool. So freaking cool. Weather cards were revealed with each season, provide challenges for the way you play. Maybe forest locations will be frozen out or a drought will halt production. Very interesting. Whoa. Oh, they're even like giant meeples. Oh my God. I'm so freaking pumped. The mountains are forbidding, but the rewards are plentiful. So shoulder your backpack, grab your walking stick, and set out. This is sure to be an adventurous year in Everdell and beyond. Oh, that's cool. Does this fit? Oh, this even fits on the freaking board. It fits on the the bottom of the board, doesn't it? Oh my god, this is so ridiculous. Look at these. I want the wise yak. That's all I care about. Oh my lord. I never played Everdell. Is it worth $160? Worth it for everything? And most importantly, does it have a solo mode? It does have a solo mode that is fun, although it's very difficult. I really like it. I would say it's if you're getting all 4 expansions, my guess is it's probably worth the money. Here's the thing. I would probably start with just the base to check to see if you like it. I wouldn't want you to, get burned. It's really fun. The solo is great. The solo is difficult. It's very difficult. I house rule some stuff because of the fact that it's difficult. It's really great. And here's the thing. This is I've talked about this multiple times, but it's the best intro worker placement game. If you're trying to get people into worker placement, there's nothing better. It's the best game for that. And so I like it. I think it's great. I think Pearlbrook's is great. This expansion here sounds freaking awesome. It sounds very cool. More meeples, great. We got bunnies. We got foxes, it looks like. Very cool. I also love that all the boards attached to each other. I think it's just freaking rad. Okay, now we're on to Belfair. Belfair seemed the least cool of the two, but man, it sounds awesome. For the last 99 years, the critters of Everdell have been hard at work building cities in their beloved valley. Now it's time to celebrate that she. The King and Queen are throwing an unprecedented year-long event to commemorate the 100th year since Everdell's founding. Come one, come all, come and celebrate the Belfair. Mother Everdell, I love it so much. Bob, you ain't wrong, baby, you ain't wrong. God, look how cute this freaking... Like, all of them have normal faces, and he's just got, like, a smiley face on. And it's adorable. It shouldn't work, but it does. Belfair, and again, just look at the art. God, Andrew Bosley's so good. Andrew Bosley, is that his name? He's so good. Okay. Belfair offers a number of different modules and components that you may include when playing Everdell. So this one's kind of sounds like more stuff, and you don't have to include it all. Very cool. Is there more? Oh my god, there's something that goes on the top of it. Oh my god. This board is going to be freaking ridiculously huge. The board's already big. And then with Pearlbrook is like this giant thing. The other one's going to be on the bottom. This is going to be on the top. It's going to be like, this may not fit on our table, kind of big. Okay. So Belfair includes a flat board that can be used in place of the Evertree. Okay. That's not a bad thing. New special events, endgame, Garland awards, unique player powers for each critter type, rules for 5-6 players, resource boards, and more. The 5-6 player one is one I'm like, I don't need that. Okay, so this right here takes the place of the Evertree, which I like the Evertree because it's ridiculous and dumb, and I love that about it. But it is honestly probably it's more of a hinder than it is cool. We usually don't play with it. Okay, so you got Garland awards, you got new awards, flower festival, event tiles, special events, forest cards, player powers. This, honestly, I'm like in full on for having player powers. A market board, a rugwort, and then player boards where you can put your stuff. Again, it's not that necessary, but man, it's nice. So you get 12 critters, you get 6 cardinals and 6 toads. So these are new meeples you can play with. Cool, man. So awesome. Lizard workers? Get out of here. All right, so the collector's content added. So this is they always have the collector's edition, which, like, honestly, the main collector's edition to me isn't really worth it. There's not really much that's different at all. But if this one is getting all this stuff, so you get new cards, more meeples. Oh my god, there's a weird pig. They even have a saddle. This is so dumb, and I love it. Moles. There's like 12 different factions you can play it out. It's so ridiculous. More cards. All right, and now they got a whole how to play. Man, they're doing this page right though. They had stuff. Oh, it's very cool. these are the weather cards. So you got a blizzard. Whenever you gain stuff from the force, you gain one less. Whenever you visit a base location, you gain one less. Are there any that are good? I guess not. Every critter costs one additional berry to play. Ooh, these sound rough. But here's the thing: the game is great, and then making it more complicated, making it more complicated, more stuff to do. I don't think is bad because you can always go back and make it simpler. Okay, so these are the different things you can go. Look at these freaking saddles. Look at the big ass bird. Oh my god, I'm so with it. I've been in, and look, now I got little player boards. Very cool. Again, this isn't necessary, but it will be nice to have. And then Bellflower is a modular expansion. Pfft. So down. So down. God, I'm so down. Never been so down in my life. Does this not come with it anymore? A wooden Evertree? Come on. Pins. Cool. Cool. Art. This is one of the few games where I would straight up buy the art. Alright. Cool. So down. Been down. Okay, so the game comes with the trees. So why are there different trees as add-ons? I don't know. This one's wooden. The punchboard cardboard tree, I don't know why this is an add-on. Unless you wanted a second one? Because unless they've changed something, the tree comes in the base game. The normal game, not even the collector's edition. Okay, I don't know. Okay. So, we are getting close to the end. We got 3 or 4 more. So, Manchukuo, I hope I'm saying that right, repair structures amid families and train students. Nick, that was a very bad reading. I said repair structures amid families and train students. So there are people who are trains, apparently, and they are amid families. So repair structures aid families and train students. That's how you read that. A layered worker placement game in a setting of trying occupation for 1 to 4 masters. There you go, B-Whoop. Steve said, Everdell is one game that helped me decide that there are entry-level games that I just want to be just that. Yeah, that's totally fair. Totally fair. So, I mean, look at the destroyed temple. What is this? So, Northeast China, 1932. A new government has disarmed its people and condemns assembly as intent to undermine the state. That's scary. In this troubled time, you are respected teacher in Sifu in Manchukuo town. Hope I'm saying that right. Under the watchful eye of the occupying garrison, you must fight to keep your way of life alive, lead your students to help your community, and continue to secretly practice your arts. That is a cool theme. That is a cool theme. This is the train students under martial law and don't get caught game. Interesting theme. Very, very interesting theme. Super down already. Great art. I mean, look at that. That's a freaking cover right there. MJ Leong, that is a cover right there. God, that's a good cover. Whoa. Okay. I am flabbergasted. This is something very, very special. Tantrum House. We're calling that Tantrum House 4. Don't even care. Okay. God, that's good art. Even from a significant historical theme, which is very cool, Manchukuo is taking the worker placement genre to places it's never been. At a glance, the mechanics seem basic. You assign workers to spaces and acquire resources, then turn those resources in at other spaces to gain points and other bonuses. However, Manchukuo's layered gameplay makes you think about every decision on a whole another level. The Japanese are the bad guys. I'm sorry, Steve. So worker types and numbers matter. Assigning more students to an action can change that action's throughout. I'm not sure. Depending on the action. Additionally, assigning pairs like colored students will allow you to trigger your disciple bonuses, giving you extra resources of their type. You've heard good things. It looks cool. Fluid population workers. Your workers are simply the people of the town. They do not inherently belong to you. That's interesting. Instead, they are pieces that move around between players and locations in a closed system which expands and contracts throughout the game. At each location, the player with the most workers present will recruit the students from that location's residents, then swap in the workers they had assigned. And then you can train in secret, so you're training them. That's freaking cool. And then you're managing the risk. It's one of the things. This is interesting. This is and there is a solo game in it too. It's interesting that this is competitive. You would think this would be a naturally cooperative game, but I guess you're all. The houses look freaking sweet too. It seems like they did bad things. Yeah, they did. You're not wrong. God, this is cool looking. Man, this art. I hope this artist gets more work in the board game industry because they are incredibly good. This looks rad. This looks super rad. I mean, just very cool. And what a cool... Oh, you can choose the box. Oh, real quick, which box? Which box, everybody? I might like the crane. I think I like the crane. I like purple. Oh, but I like this one too. I like purple and orange. I want both these. I want both. Give me both. Game trays, cool. Love it. God, that's good art. I'm sorry, I can't get over it. Oh, God, look at that. Are these different boxes? Or is this like a sleeve and this is the actual box? Oh. Purples, Bob? Oh my gosh. Now that I'm seeing this, the praying mantis, I'm digging this. Oh my God, that's the prettiest box I've ever seen in my life. Monkey. Look at this. Look at this. It's $50. I'm gonna talk to Mike. I think we're gonna back this. Ooh, it's $80 for the fancy. Oh, I don't want to spend $80, but that's very cool. So it's $100 for like everything. All right. And this is an expansion. Leaders of Xinjiang. God, this art is the best art I've ever seen in my life. And then another one. Rise of the Resistance. Man. Purple crane, Jason? All right. I like the purple one. I don't know. I'm kind of with the praying mantis now. You can get posters. Yeah, I mean, this is one of the things they know their art's good. I mean, look at that. God, that's pretty. Oh, my Lord. I don't know who this person is, but they can get it. I'm going to watch this later. I mean, look at that. Look at that. That is the prettiest picture I've ever seen in my life. I'm sorry. I'm just so into this art. There you go. Tantrum 4. That's right, baby. Okay. I am going to definitely look into this more, and I may end up backing this one. But man, I want that fancy ass box. I know it's dumb to be like, I'm going to spend more on a box, but like, God, I like that box. That is very cool. I want to look into that more. All right, so here's the RPG for Root, which I did not know existed. It's very cool, though. Crane. Bob! Thanks, Bob. Get the fancy one. This is freaking awesome, and I will back. All right, let me talk to Mike, but with the $10, we'll get that fancy one. Thank you, Bob. That was incredibly kind. Thank you so much. Okay, so like, what are you doing in it? That's super cool. All right. In Root, you play vagabonds, outcasts from normal society in the woodlands who have come to live in the spaces between, whether that's in the forest themselves or on the fringes of society. You are competent and skilled. You have to be to survive as vagabonds. You aren't tied down to any particular place or faction. You might, yeah, definitely let Heart, Bob. Let all that for him, Heart. So you're playing as vagabonds. That's actually very cool. I think that's the only way this would really work. Or throw it at Everdell. I know in my heart you and Michael choose Lassie. We'll throw it at a Kickstarter, Bob. I will tell you that right now. I will use that $10 on a Kickstarter. Okay. This is cool. This is an interesting world to be in, especially if you're playing as vagabonds. That's very cool. All right, I'm down. What's everyone thinking about this one? Yeah. Very cool. I wonder what the intro level is for this one. Because Root's kind of a heavy game in terms of like understanding it because they're so asymmetric. I wonder if like this is a kind of like what was it? The one from Renegade Games. Something light something or something light. Oh, I can't remember the damn name. Whatever, the one from Renegade Games. The RPG that was kind of like, hey, this is kind of like a beginner RPG. I think that's a very cool thing, and we need more of that. Root is awesome, so this will be awesome. Yeah, Bob, you're probably right. Very cool. Very, very cool. Super down. Okay. So we got 2 more, and then we'll go find Philosophia, which I don't think I have come across yet. So we have the next Detective City of Angels. And then Godspeed. And then we'll find Philosophia, and then that will be it, fam. The new Detective. Has anyone played Detective yet? Does anyone like it? Steve, you've played it, haven't you? And then Godspeed. And then, ooh, spooky tabletop miniatures. It's Philosophia, right? Did I do that wrong? No, that says Philosophia. Did I still do it wrong? Oh, that's not it. Yeah, Larry played. It's a good game. It's a very good game. Okay, apparently I did something wrong. Play the intro game, looking forward to more. Okay, cool. Down. Hashtag super. Are we back? Are we back? Let me know if we are. I do not know what's going on. Did we just lose like everybody too? Probably. Are we back? You're back. Hey! Thank you. And Darth, you did break the stream. Thank you. You can go ahead and leave now. I'm just kidding, Darth. You're good. How you doing, Darth Grader? We're back. Okay, cool. I don't know what the hell happened. The internet on this computer just like died, but the one on my laptop didn't because I have the chat on my laptop. So I don't know what the hell happened or why. Okay, maybe that's why this wouldn't show up. All right. Okay, so hold on. Let's get everything back. Hold on. We're here. Everything's fine, everybody. Everybody calm down. Everything's fine. What is going on? No, go away. There we go. Okay. No. Cool. All right. Yeah, sorry about that. I have no idea what happened. I'm just glad that it kept this stream going because I had to literally end my stream on my end. I had to end my stream on my end, but I guess it kept it in the stream in YouTube. So that's good. Okay. Thanks everybody for sticking around. They're watching. Yeah. By the way, just back to Everdell. All right, Kickstart. God, I hope it's good. If you only do the power of the dark side, Darth, you're the best. And again, I love your name. And again, thanks for the message on Patreon. It's cool to see that your students love that. All right, so this is Godspeed, where the space race was apparently a lie. I like this board. This cool like Panda be doing some weird neon stuff, and I love it. Yeah, I hear you, Quicksand. Okay, so. It's a midweight worker placement game of extraterrestrial colonization for 2 to 5 players with a 60 to 90 minute play time. There's no conspiracy theory. Look, it's not that the moon landing was fake. It happened. Neil hates the conspiracy theories. The lie is that we ever wanted to go to the moon. We needed a spectacle to show the people to justify the massive budgets the agency Neil stepped on a rock 239,000 miles away from Earth. Big deal. I stepped on an exoplanet circling Ursae Majoris 18 months earlier. It's a one-way trip, so there ain't no going home. No ticker tape parade for me, but that's okay. I'm here for my country. See, the Russians beat us here a few months ago. The Japanese showed up a few weeks after us. We'll colonize this planet for America because there isn't a choice. Weird theme. When we arrived, we found something. Remnants, relics, call them what you will. This is a good way to write this out. I like this. Something older than anything back home. Radiocarbon dating puts them about 10,000 years before the megalithic period. No sign whatsoever who made them, at least not yet. Thing is, these ain't ruins. They're machines, and they're all dormant. And they aren't all dormant. The crystals, some kind of power source. Commies were the first to figure out how to power them on. Didn't take our team much after that to replicate the Russian success. These things are top priority. Well, right after keep it alive. What a weird theme. Very cool. I love it. I love the theme. How cool is that? Very cool. It's got a bunch of nation board. This is freaking rad. I love the theme. That's very awesome. So it's a unique worker placement with a few wrinkles that make it really something special. Each team member worker for a nation, for a given nation, has two unique qualities: a specialty and an influence value. These are both important and will come into play throughout the course of the game. Most important bit of gameplay: once you have assigned a team member to a task, they cannot be used for anything else until next round. All right. You have the High Council phase, and the High Nations will convene to decide how they will respond to an event occurring either back on Earth or on the exoplanet. Very cool. Supply Depot. In this phase, nations bid on cargo shipments that have come to Earth that contain valuable supplies. Here, players will be able to gain important raw materials and such. Okay. And then the action phase, you use your available team members to carry out actions. These could include upgrading your nation board by building production buildings, developing cards, gaining raw materials, or constructing your relics. Very cool. What's up, Daigle? How you doing, bro? And your point is to have the most successful nation. Very cool. This seems awesome. Pandasaurus just gets it all the time. Ooh, fun bags. Those are very cool. Dinosaur Island add-on. Why not? All right, cool. I'm super down. It's done very well. What is it for this? 70? Is there a non-deluxe edition or is it just the deluxe edition? No. $70. All right. That's cool. I'm down. I like Pandasaurus stuff. I like their worker placement stuff. I don't think this is going to be here. Okay, so I am going to... Wait, are we at the very top again? Oh, we're at the very top again, I think. We're at the very top again. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to go... Philosophia. Jesus Christ, Nick. Kick. Love the squishy berries in Everdell? Yeah. Are you talking about Godspeed or Everdell playing with other people? Oh, Everdell. Love the squishy berries. Yeah, that's for it. All right, I'm guessing this is what you're talking about, Bob. Yeah, it's an easy one to get into, Quicksand. And then again, the solo version it's fun. It's just difficult. All right. Ooh, look at this. An epic Odyssey sandbox adventure for 1 to 6 players. Dare to be wise in this unique tabletop experience. Okay. All right. Live an epic Odyssey adventure as one of the ancient Greece's greatest thinkers in this new sandbox game. Forge your destiny in an age of city-states and ancient wisdom. In Philosophia, you will build schools, battle it out in public debates, learn profound wisdom, and make deals with the Olympic gods, all in an attempt to prove yourself the greatest mind of the era. Very cool. So Euro-style game ties in modern game mechanics closely to its theme to create a satisfying and streamlined gaming experience. Philosophia is designed to be replayable with variable player powers leading to asymmetrical play multiple paths to victory, and 3 levels of difficulty in the solo mode. Very cool. Ooh, cool busts. So great. Great movie. Okay, double-sided game board. Very cool. All right. It's very map looking. It looks like a big map. Obviously, you have all the different characters, which again all have different player powers. I think it's cool. I also love the fact that you're not necessarily battling, you're like debating because you're like trying to be the best mind. I think that's a cool take on like Greek games, where Greek games are usually about fighting. And I think it's cool to be focusing more on the philosophy and the great thinkers of the time. Okay. Very cool. Super detailed miniatures. I do love the busts. I think they're super cool. Because then it's like, man, do you paint them as busts or do you paint them as like people? I don't know. Because they definitely have that stony bust look to their hair and stuff. So I think I'd probably keep them looking like busts. Which is kind of interesting. Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's cool. Yeah, Larry, I think that's awesome. Hey, you're just rolling around with your damn shirt open. Put a shirt on, man. God. You're trying to achieve 3 victory conditions. You do this by moving around Greece, performing the 13 different actions. I love the cool stop motion. So you tutor to game drachma. You gain followers around the ancient world. I love this weird stop motion they got going on. It's awesome. You can build schools, unlock ancient wisdom, battle it out in public debates. I love this stop motion. This is so cool. What a cool way to do this. Visit the oracles, progress a timeline to end the game. That's cool. It's big sandboxy. I like that. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. 2-player playthrough. I'm glad that they do this because everyone always wants to know how it plays. 2 players, myself very much included. I agree that it's a fresh theme. It's designed by a philosophy teacher in an attempt to teach his students basic philosophy. That's cool. That's rad. Oh, Mark Street did a preview. Okay, I'll probably check out Mark Street's preview. Okay. Cool. Rad. I'm super down. Super, super down. Alrighty, people. Whoa! We're back to this. That is going to be it for Kickstart Let Heart. Thank you for being here. Thanks for checking this out with me, Bob. Thank you for the suggestion of the game. This was cool. We saw some cool games. I'm definitely interested in the Yarn game. I'm interested in the Everdell expansion, of course. And I'm really, 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 really interested in terms of a new game in that game where you are trying to rebuild your school. I think that's super cool. What is sandbox in board gaming? I haven't heard that before. Larry, what it is essentially means it's kind of like a big open world game in like a video game where it's like you can kind of just do whatever you want. And the idea of a good sandbox game is like you can basically take whatever path you want in the game. There's like, you can do this, or 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 you can do this. And no matter what you do, you have an equal chance of winning, essentially. So that's kind of the idea of a sandbox game. So like there's a lot of big sandbox like space games where essentially it's like you could like pick up goods and like deliver them over here. You could be like a delivery person, or you could be like you could be hunting down like pirates. You could be hunting down like space pirates and like going down and taking down them. You could do that, or you could be a space pirate. You could like steal from this stuff. You can battle. You can do this. You can basically do all these different things, and they're all more or less an even way to go. And so that's a sandbox game, and it's basically you're playing in a sandbox. The idea is in a sandbox, the world is whatever your imagination can make it. You can do whatever you want in this world. That's the idea behind it. And honestly, most games that claim to be sandbox games, in my opinion, really aren't. Usually, you have to take a certain path, or at least you have to at least be doing a little bit of this, or else you're not going to win. There's, honest to God, not very many really true sandbox games, but it's always a really interesting idea and something that I think a lot of gamers crave. Western Legends is a pretty good one, I would say. I'm always interested in games that teach without feeling like they're trying to sneakily pound the info into your head via played-out mechanics. I agree, Darth. I agree. And as a teacher, I think that's a good idea. Something that teaches. That's one thing that like I feel like Genius Game tries to do, but doesn't always succeed at, is teaching without being a little too. Their games are so spot on that it can get kind of tough. Is that like Feast for Odin? Haven't played it, but seen a lot of it. Feast for Odin is, I suppose, a sandbox game. Most times sandbox games, there's like locations you can like go to or go do, but I guess Feast for Odin's that way is you have like 60 different options of worker placement spots, and you can kind of do whatever you want. You can be like, I'm going to sail a lot, or I'm going to breed a lot of animals, or I'm going to do this. You can kind of do that. So I guess you could call Feast for Odin a sandbox game, although I don't think it's generally referred to as that. But nonetheless, that is going to be it for me, fam. Thank you so much for being here. We will be on Gen Con stream tomorrow night on Twitch at 5 p.m. Also, tomorrow, I forgot to mention this, I'm going to be tweeting it out and putting it in the Discord. And by the way, if you have not joined our Discord, please do so. But nonetheless, Mike and I are going to be doing our monthly Patreon live Q&A tomorrow. So it's something we do once a month. We got crazy busy during September, so we're like, oh, we only have one more day in September. We need to do our monthly live Q&A. So on YouTube tomorrow at noon, we're gonna be doing a live Q&A. So it'll be Mike and I hanging out, answering questions. So come ask some questions, hang out with us. Probably be about an hour long or so. But we'll be doing that, and that is direct. It was one of our goals for our Patreon. So thank you for everyone who donates to our Patreon because they're the ones who hit that goal. And I am going to be trying to paint, speaking of Patreon goals, we're trying to paint minis sometime this week, probably like Friday or maybe Wednesday during the morning. And then we are going to start playing games with patrons very, very soon. We're still trying to figure stuff out, and I may be calling on a couple of you who we know pretty well to kind of test it out. That is noon Pacific time. Yes, it is. California time, or we call it the true time, as I believe it's referred to across the globe. But that is going to be it, people. I love you all so, so much, and we will see you soon. See you tomorrow, and yeah, have a great day. Bye.